Wee! Hey everybody, I'm Amanda Duncan. I'm a singer-songwriter, craft nerd. I like baking things, and I really like people, pretty much of all ages. I like really old people. I like super tiny people that are babies, also known as infants. All right, so if you've never seen this show is about bringing joy to the world via inspiring people to do the things that they've been meaning to do. So that's Soft Pants Nation, essentially, in a nutshell. And I sing some of my songs, and I do some other types of segments, and it's super fun. And I'm so happy to see you guys here. I'm going to give everyone who's in the room right now a shout out, and after I'm done with the song. But here we go. The song is called Big Time Superhero. Many people don't know that I'm a big time superhero. I know that it's kind of hard to believe. Boo-doop, boo-doop. Can't go around telling everyone the secret identity. Oh, it's really fun keeping all my tricks hidden up my sleeve. I know you think I'm lying, but honestly I'm trying to make you see. You should never underestimate the power of a little old me. The boys around the block, they're my enemy. They strut around the streets unafraid of me. I'm gonna show 'em who's boss once and for all. Now I'm not one to go and start a fight, but roughing up the big boys won't keep me up at night. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Oh, I know you think I'm lying, but honestly I'm trying to make you see. You should never underestimate the power of a little old me. Excuse me, I have to go and save the world. And it's okay if you think I'm insane, 'cause I don't have time to explain. But I know you'll thank me, I know you'll thank me, I know you'll thank me when you see it on the news. And it's just another day walking in my shoes. I know you think I'm lying, but honestly I'm trying to make you see. You should never underestimate the power of a little old me. Excuse me, I have to go and save the world. And it's okay if you think I'm insane, 'cause I don't have time to explain. But I know you'll thank me, I know you'll thank me, I know you'll thank me when you see it on the news. And it's just another day walking in my shoes. All right, let's see who's here. All right. Let me scroll up. Something's happening with my personal stream. This is strange. Hey, Megan. Hey, man. Oh, hey, Amanda. Hey, Brian. Hey, Bob. Rich, you're here and you're in here. Okay. Hey, Katie. Oh, my gosh. Hey, cousin. Hey, Susan. Hey, Jill. All right. Hey, Cole. Hey, Jamie. Hey. All right. Hey, Kiana. All right. It's not cutting out here. All right. So I just want to. I'm gonna go to the chat just to see because something is like up with my feed. I'm gonna go back to my music page. Hold on a second here. Something is my this is always so hard because I can't see my feed inside, but I'm gonna go to the chat just to see. All right. So there's a chat. There's a chat of choo choo. And so I just want to make sure that I'm actually streaming, and if you guys could let me know, that would be great because I can't see my stream, what's happening in it. So I apologize if any of you are having trouble seeing this, but I guess I'll just move on because I'm just going to hope that the internet gods are going to be good to me. So, all right. So I'm going to move into what else but Mover and shaker of the week. So this is Rich Aveo. Actually, let me change his name because can you spell it for me, Rich? Genovol. Oh, got it. Okay. Now it will be live. All right. So Rich Genoval Aveo. I've been friends with Rich for maybe 10 years now. Does that feel right? Rich is one of my friends who we can talk about our dreams and aspirations till the cows come home. We talk about motivational and inspirational things and people that we listen to and on podcasts. And he's a crazy talented musician. He's a great songwriter. And a couple years ago, we were sitting at his apartment at his table, and he was talking to me about this show that he had a concept of. It was like kind of doing impressions of people and like using like music and creating this whole show. And I felt like I kind of understood what he was talking about. And it was just like a vision of his. And I want to read you what he wrote to me about that vision. So he wrote, "I have always felt the world would be a better place when people were elevated. And because I've always had my hand in multiple entertainment pots since I was a kid, I felt like it was time to incorporate like all of my favorite forms of entertainment because I think it's stimulating and makes people better when they take a full ride of emotion with me. The idea for the show hit me about 12 years ago. Wow. And I remember it was like maybe 4 years ago that you talked to me about it, Rich. But I held off for a million reasons, as we all do with things like this. And I decided to fast forward, here we go. I decided to call it Impressionable because I've always struggled with the notion of being quote unquote original. And it wasn't until fairly recently that I was able to accept the fact that my originality is in fact what I've learned from everything and everyone in my life, from friends to idols. Plus, I've always done impressions from when I was a kid. So now I knew that this was going to happen. I knew eventually Rich was going to make this a reality. And now I'm realizing that I don't have a microphone set up on that page. So I'm just for 1 second, read what it says on there, and I'm gonna while I add a microphone to this slot. So he is doing this big show, and his big show debut is on October 25th. And so as you read this, I'm going to. There we are. Sorry, everybody. So here's his whole flyer. It's Impressionable with Rich Genoval Aveo. And it's going to be so great. I can't wait to see you in action. And what's really, really super cool is that Rich is here for an interview. And I'm going to mute this microphone right now so I can switch microphones, and it won't hurt your ears. So give me 1 second. Okay. There you are. All right, I see you in the screen. Everybody, I won't be able to see your comments, but please, Rich is probably going to watch this in the replay, so please give him as many hearts and love, as much love as you possibly can. Yeah, so I'll be right there, Rich. Although they probably couldn't even hear me because I was talking to the mic in the other room.
Right. So
eventually, I'll have a whole system in place here.
You've got quite a rig as it is, though.
It's growing. Yeah. It's growing. Oh my gosh! Hi. I'm so happy you're here. And Rich, you had dinner here, and we spent the evening.
Colorful salads. Yeah.
So you've always done in these impressions of people, and he's not going to do any sampling. He's sang at gigs the whole entire weekend. So he was saying, my voice is super tired today. And that's totally fine. So I'm going to probably, tomorrow I'm going to post one of his videos of your, whatever one you want me to post to show what you're made of. Now, I read what you wrote about this show, so I just kind of want to go more in depth about it, maybe. And we had we were talking about some stuff at dinner that we kind of want to talk about as well in this interview. So just tell me more about it.
So the funny part about how this entire thing really came to be is it was actually probably, I don't know, 20 something years ago, when I was a kid. So as you know, I grew up in the inner city, right? I grew up in Newark, New Jersey. So I went to elementary school in Newark, New Jersey, and it was kind of like, remember that movie? What was that Michelle Pfeiffer movie with the Coolio song?
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Dangerous Minds. All right.
I'm sure everyone's gonna be posting about it. Dangerous Minds. Yes.
So it was like, you had like your nice group of kids, and then there were like some bad apples, and things like this, and just I don't know how the teachers actually found out about this, but I would always do impressions for my friends, like just to make them laugh in the playground, in class, things like this. And one day in the 7th grade, one of these teachers comes into our homeroom and goes, "Can I borrow him for a minute?" It's referring to me. So I'm terrified. I'm like, all right, I don't know what I did. Am I in trouble? And she pulls me out of the class and she goes, "I need you to make my class laugh. I just need you to like do like some impressions, like make them laugh." Because she couldn't control the class. They were just getting out of hand. So I go into the classroom and I'm like, I have no idea what to do. My heart's pounding. I'm sweating. And I'm like, who do you guys want to hear? And then they just started like shouting out a random teacher's name, and I would do an impression of that teacher. And then eventually it became like no, do this guy and do that guy, do this guy. And I did, I would be up there for like 10 minutes or so, just taking these random requests for impressions of all these teachers and staff members of the school, and kind of like coming up with them on the fly. And I think from that age, I realized that like I've always been a little bit of a mimic, and I'm very obsessed with people. I'm obsessed with their mannerisms, and I'm obsessed with just the human voice in general and what it can do.
Yes, so, like, I know you've had some discussions about
like language and accents and tones and things. So like I think I've always kind of locked this stuff in, and then I guess in some random form of survival, I did it to make a unruly class laugh, and it became like a little bit of a regular thing. Other teachers would then start to pull me out,
right? And
I would start to help crowd control their class by making them laugh. And so like from that point on, I always realized like that was a good way, besides music, that I can kind of connect with people.
Right.
And then fast forward many years, there was an act. I used to live in Vegas for a little while, and I was doing music out there full time for a bit. And the #1 show in Las Vegas at the time was a guy named Danny Gans. And he passed away pretty young. He had like a heart attack when he was in his 40s or something like that. So I got a chance to see his show once before he passed away, and it blew me away. He just blew me away. He did music, and he did like amazing impressions, and he did stand-up comedy, and he was a dancer, and he was funny and charming and awesome. And I'm sitting in the crowd. I don't know if this has ever happened to you. I've talked about this with like other artists too. And like, have you ever gone to like a concert or like a Broadway show, and it's so good that like you almost want to cry?
Yes.
Because it's so good.
Yes.
And also like because you can see yourself like doing like exactly that.
Yeah.
Like that happened to me at that show, and I was struck.
Yeah.
And I just said to myself, like, this guy is actually like doing a thing that I've wanted to do ever since I controlled Miss Spatola's class in the 7th grade, you know. And I've ever since I saw his show, it kind of inspired me to kind of come up with my own way of doing a kind of a similar thing. Only I want to do more of a variety show and incorporate all my favorite forms of entertainment, like comedy and impressions, and specifically musical impressions.
Right.
I don't do a lot of talking impressions, but because I do a lot of piano bar stuff, as you know, so that's one side of my thing too that I want to throw in.
So here you have all this concept.
Yeah.
And you said like pretty much like 12 years, you saw this guy, you had this inspiration like 12 years ago, you decided like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to create this thing. And then you talked about it here and there with people, and it's happening next week.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, and that's what the show is about, is anyone who has this idea, and it doesn't have to be this big huge thing. It's just more of like, I really have been meaning to learn how to draw cartoons, or I've really been meaning to find a way, like I want to learn this specific thing about music, or it doesn't it can be, and it doesn't even have to be anything specifically artistic or creative, but it's just more of like creating a goal and taking those steps and planning and scheduling your time to make this happen. So man, I'm so excited. When you posted about it, because you had talked to me about it, I'm like, look at him. Look at him doing this thing. And for those of you who watch the show, you know that how excited I get when people take the time to do the thing. And I'm so excited for you. Me and Joanna we're just so excited for you.
I remember that conversation so vividly.
Yeah.
So you were like probably, other than Kat, you were probably the first person I told about it.
Yeah.
Because we have always talked about things like this, and just doing it, just getting out there and actually putting some work in and getting it done.
And the one thing that we did talk about, and after this we'll close up this short, sadly short interview. Okay. But pretty much we hear other people's voices in our head, and they say, that's dumb. I can't believe you would even try to do that. And really in the end, it's like that person wouldn't even say that.
Right.
You kind of put this voice to certain people in your life, or and you're restricting yourself.
Yeah, it's your own fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was such a good point to point out tonight.
Yeah.
So, and I know that after this show, you'll have bigger things planned for it, or you're like, all right, I did it. And there's going to be some other big thing that you're going to end up doing. Right. So whatever it is, I'm going to be here cheering you on.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Yeah, I believe in you.
Likewise.
I text you, I'm like, I believe in you.
Absolutely, 100%. I know you have a lot of fans, but I'm definitely one of them. I don't know if I even can say I'm your biggest fan. You have so many big fans out there, but I am one of your biggest fans. I will say it right now.
I have to say that I feel that from you, because you're always, I feel like you're always in awe of like the things that I'm trying to do, and I feel, honestly, I feel that from you. So I'm really excited about your show.
Can't wait.
Okay. So everybody, October 25th, if you're in New Jersey, I really, really want you guys to check out the show. Hang out with us that night. I put the link in the tickets in the show notes. So I'm going to go now there's no smooth transition, so I'm going to go into the other room. I'm going to have to mute the sound again, and I'm going to have to switch microphones. And then I think we're going to be doing some birthday shout-outs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is that copyright infringement?
Wayne's World.
Bye, guys.
All right, I'm gonna mute you out there.
Alrighty.
Okay, you know what? Maybe we'll look at the chatteroo first before birthday shout out. So let's see here. Okay. We see you and hear you, but we only hear you in French. This is Brian. All right. Great. Oh, Jill Fournier says that you're handsome. I mean, it's true. It's very true. We need some flavor on the show, the Hispanic flavor. So, all right. So my cousin Susan, sorry, Rich, you're not her biggest fan. She's my biggest fan. Okay, no. All right. So I think it's definitely birthday shout out time. So and what I've really been enjoying about the birthday shout out time is I'm realizing how many great people I have in my life and how many people that I have in my life that inspire me almost on a daily basis. So the first shout out is Cathy Phillips. Cathy Phillips, you are one of the funniest, most connective people that I know, and I think you are like I wish you would know how much potential I see in you in all of your weird creativity. And I just think you are such a fun friend. And anytime I see your name, it puts a big smile on my face. So happy birthday. Gary Auerbach. I think that Gary. I need phonetic spellings of people's names. I always forget to ask. Gary he enabled me, Joanna, and Anthony Walker at our first house concert. It was in West Virginia, and it was super fun, and it was everything what you would want a house concert to be. And Gary is a Frisbee. If you're watching, please put a link to your page of whatever you want. He's a Frisbee contest. He's like a Frisbee champion, and it's so cool. So, Gary, thank you for always supporting me on and off throughout the years. You're so great. I hope you have a great birthday. Tara Sheehan. Over the years, Tara has become more and more increasingly involved with my music and really cheering me on from the sidelines. And she bought one of the Valentine's Day jingles that I sold last year, and I wrote a jingle for her husband. Tara, thank you so much over the years for supporting me and my music. I can't thank you enough. You're so awesome, and I've always looked up to you in high school. I just think you're so smart and so cool. So happy birthday. Amanda how come Joanna always says your name? The Charlie Ellis, right? I think so. Sorry, Amanda. Amanda is a singer-songwriter, a musical theater composer, a actress, a singer, like incredible. Like you're incredible at everything, and I am so in awe of all the things that you do. You're just good at everything, and I think that you do. I feel like you could have your own cartoon show of just only voices that you can do, because I don't know anyone who does as many cool voices as you. You're incredible. So happy birthday, Amanda. Katie Emerson. I met Katie Emerson through, I think, Amanda, maybe, through the theater world. And I think, Katie, you're so kind and generous with your time, and you're always so connected to people, and you're just so cool. And I know you're off in Little Mermaid tour, and I know that you're probably having a blast, and you're just like killing it out there. I hope you have a great birthday, and I look forward to hanging out with you when you get home. Liz Langan. I know Liz from we weren't in high school at the same time, but we did go to the same high school, and you have always been so nice to me. And there were times where there were some people that maybe you knew who weren't always so kind to me, and I have to say, you out of everybody have always been through and through kind to me. So I just think you're cool. I hope that you have talked to me about some of your goals in the past, and I really hope those things are going well. I need to check in with you. So happy birthday. Ashley Nixon, you are my crafting buddy. You are a wonderful fellow nerd, and I love being able to hang out with you when I can. Life is so busy these days, but I hope you have the best birthday ever. Brian Ostering, you are probably one of the hardest working musicians that I've ever met in my life. You are so driven, and you have a lot of ideas, and you really have a vision for your future, and I'm so happy to be your friend, and I'm looking forward to everyone seeing the music video that we made together. We both put a lot of hours into it, and I'm really pumped for the world to see it. Happy birthday. Christie. Rob Christie, I could probably go on for a very long time, but Rob grew up in Homedale, and he was always very avant-garde and different compared to all the other kids in that town. And he was making crazy horror films when he was a kid. And I think that they had some kind of film festival, and his independent movie, high school movie, terrified the whole school. And I just love that fact. And he's still doing that kind of thing now. And Rob, I'm glad you're living the life that you want to be living. And anytime you decide to go back to film at all or anything like that, I am with you. I want to be on set. I love you so much. You're awesome. Jill Fournier Randolph. I went to high school with Jill, and Jill teaches spin classes at my gym. I can't go because all the time. I basically can't go because I have bad hips. I have bad joints. We won't get into that. But let me tell you, Jill is the best spin instructor I've ever seen in my life. And she knows every single person's name in the class. And someone new will walk in and she'll go, "What's your name?" And she'll go, and it'll be like, Amy, got it, okay. And she'll call out Amy, like, watch your shoulders, or like, she basically helps you with your form the whole entire class. Jill, like, you're like seriously one of the best trainers and most motivational people, because you want people to be good at what they do. You don't like, but I don't know, you're just so good at what you do. I know I've said this to you before, but you're just fantastic. I think that you're so fun. I hope you have the best birthday. Doug Fisher. You are married to Lauren Fisher, and I think that you are so kind. I don't even know if we've even spoke ever in real life. I don't think we have. And I just think I can just tell what a kind heart you have. And I think that, I guess probably when I have a show coming up in Boston, maybe we can connect before I go up there. Doug, happy birthday. Bob Tully. Bob, thank you so much for all the emails you've been sending me, like all the encouragement. I've really needed it this past year. And I can't thank you enough. I hope you like the album. Thank you just for, being a guy who's just there for me and cheering me on the whole way. Thank you so much. Happy birthday. Jaime Lefler. Well, in my heart, you're always going to be Jamie Gordon, because this is my cousin. And let me tell you about my cousin Jamie. She decided a little bit later that she wanted to get her master's degree in social work, and boy did she and she's a mom, and she's a busy gal, and she went back to school, and you know what, she got a school as a counselor, a job at a school as a counselor. And I have to say, later on in life, when you're an adult and you have to go back to school, that is a tough journey. And I have to say, Jamie, I really, really admire you. And I hope that you and the kiddies have a great birthday week for you. I love you so much. Theresa Lambertson. Theresa, I'm so happy. We graduated together, and you have been so great to me and my music career. And like, you're just like, hey, yeah, all right, I'm gonna like support you doing this. And once in a while you'll show up to a show, and I'm like, oh man, this is so great. So thank you so much. I can't thank you enough, because like a lot of times you're playing shows and like no one really cares, and I have to say that I really appreciate that you do care. So I hope you have the best birthday. Happy birthday. Meaghan Leigh. Oh my gosh, Meaghan, you have been giving me your undying support since you're a kid, and you've grown to be such this amazing young woman. And I know you have a lot on your plate, and you're trying to accomplish a lot of goals, and I know you are going to accomplish those goals. So I believe in you. I love you. Hopefully I'll see you before New Year's. Okay, happy birthday. I love you. Holly Dunn. Holly Dunn is a super talent. I know there's actually a lot of theater people in this list today. Holly Dunn, I think you are incredible. I think your voice is incredible. I think you're kind and sweet and fun. And one day we actually will go on a double date with you guys. Until then, I don't know if I want to talk to you anymore. Ha! Just kidding. Holly, I hope you have the best birthday. Thank you so much, everybody, for being so supportive of me, and I don't know. I'm so happy to have this birthday list. I try to breeze through these things, 'cause even if it's not your birthday, but just know that when your birthday does come up, I want to celebrate you, because it's the day of your birth, and it's super, super important that you embrace the fact that you are still alive and still doing things and capable and are capable of doing things. So I'm going to go back to the chat right now. Happy birthday, everybody. Okay. That's a lot of birthdays. So it is a lot of birthdays. Yes, I'm okay. So here we have Katie. You're welcome. You can't wait for your 2020 adventures. I know. Is that when you come back? Sometimes your party hat lines up perfectly. I know, Susan, that you don't like it. You like it off center. Amanda, no, you're good at everything you do. All right. Yes, I want to bake with you. Yes, I just baked banana bread the other day. It was delicious. I miss going to class too, Jill. I just like physically like I guess I need a joint. I looked up a joint doctor specialist the other day, so I have to make an appointment. So, everybody, let's eat cake. Oh man, I wish I had some of that banana bread left. I would eat that in front of all of you and make you jealous. Okay, so I do have one more segment that I do want to talk about, and I had that in upcoming shows, but so I want to talk about I talk about certain books that I read, and I'm really into books that help me become a better person. And I've been reading this book by one of my favorite people, Marie Forleo, and it's called Everything is Figureoutable. And Marie is a real firecracker. She's a girl from New Jersey and a girl after my own heart, and it's basically a book that helps you figure out your dreams and get off your butt. And it has, you read the chapters, and then there's these essentially life questions about what you're trying to accomplish in life and what gets in the way. And I'm about like halfway through, and I have to say it's just great. And if you should really check out Marie and her YouTube channel, she interviews these amazing, inspiring people, and I just love her so much. So I have a link to her book in the show notes. So I think it's like $17 or $18. I highly recommend it. It just really, if you're someone who is maybe in a rut, or you're thinking, well, I think I know what I want to do, but I don't know really, this book is totally for you. So I just wanted to go in the book club and talk about Everything is Figureoutable. And now, upcoming shows. I have a show coming this Saturday in Asbury Park, the Asbury Underground. I'm playing at 4 o'clock at the Asbury Music Foundation. All the stuff can be found on my website. So if you need more details, by all means go to amandaduncan.com. And then I have a show next week in Philadelphia, and if you need maybe a connection with those tickets, if you're a Philly person, by all means, let me know, and I will try to connect you with tickets. So that's October 23rd, and that's my friend Carolyn's birthday, and she's going to be there, and she actually is the chapter runner of the Sofar Philly. And what's really cool is that within the past couple, I had submitted to Boston Sofar sound shows, and Baltimore, DC, and New York, and it looks like I'm almost booked in Boston, and I'm almost booked in New York, and I'm so excited because I've been wanting to play these kinds of shows for a really long time, and I love them so much. So I will let you know about those shows. So if you have any friends in those cities, you can totally let them know. Okay, and let's see. Just in case any of you feel like going, you can go to, let's see. I created this like separate website for essentially, just Soft Pants Nation, and I have links to different books and things that I made donuts a little while back, the pumpkin donuts, and so I have a website going on for that, and you can go to just amandaduncan.com/softpantsnation. And I think that's so far what I think we've got through it. Rich, I think I got through it. All right, so now to end the show. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. I've been meaning to talk about I've been talking about a lot of how small my goals have been. And I think reading that Marie Forleo book has made me realize that I'm like, I just want to make a living with my music, and it's a pretty boring, mundane, I guess, goal, if you will. So I've decided that within the next 10 years, I am going to play the Red Rocks Amphitheater, and that's my goal. So I'm giving myself 10 years. So I will be most likely filming this journey and sharing those things that happen throughout the time that I'm trying to reach that goal. And that's that. So, yeah. And I'm going to be making myself a big poster that says Amanda Duncan live at Red Rocks. So I'm dreaming big, and I know that it's going to happen. All right, now if I could find my pick. And so, speaking of, since I've been talking about that big goal, I really, really want you guys, I'm going to go back to the chat right now. I know you guys thought you were going to get rid of me, didn't you? So, I was just wondering if anybody has anything they're trying to achieve, anything they want to do, anything that, like, it could be anything. Try a new recipe. It doesn't have to be anything, this monstrous task. And because a big part of this is I have a lot of people that will message me. They're like, I've been really trying to get back into painting. I've been really trying to do this or that. And it's okay if you don't want to put it in this chat. And that's totally fine. And while I'm going to give you guys a second while I look for my pick. Do I have it in my back pocket? Oh, man. Well, let's see what I can use as a pick. Okay, I guess this is getting used as a pick. Actually, this is my gym membership scanner. So, I will check the chat right before I head out, but please, anybody thinking about any goals, like, it can be anything. If you write down your goals, you are 43% more likely to achieve that goal. I know I've said that in the last show, but yes. Okay, so I'm going to go back. Here we go. This is my song. It's called Love I Have For You. Here we go. I hope that this could be the song that I would sing sweetly to you. And then you say, I hope you stay and sing me that oh so lovely tune. And I look at your sweet face. Your smile will stop me on the dime. And I feel more than lucky to incline. And when you hear this melody, I want you to know that it's from me. From the bottom of my heart, overflowing to where you are, is the love I have for you. 50-cent words cannot explain all the feelings I have for you. No need to pay for words to say for something so deep down and true. So I keep my lyrics simple and I sing them proud and clear in a moment so heartfelt and sincere. And when you hear this melody, I want you to know that it's from me. From the bottom of my heart, overflowing to where you are, is the love I have for you. With simple thoughts of you and me, my heart defies gravity, shooting straight up to the moon. Oh, your sweetness, it makes me swoon. And when you hear this melody, I want you to know that I'm constantly falling in love with you. And with every kiss, your lips still feel brand new. I know that I don't have to buy fancy cars or bands of gold, no corny lines, wine and dine. I have spit wine and dines in order to have your hand to hold. I know possessions, they don't matter as long as my heart stays pure as gold. Going once, going twice, going 3 times, you'll be so gosh, is the love I have for you. Ooh, I lost it at the end there, but that's okay. So I'm going to go back to the chat one more time just to see. Oh, hey, there's Rich. Sorry, Rich. All right. One of my goals is seeing you at Red Rocks. Well, that's great. We have 10 years to do it. Within 10 years. And I will talk about some of the rules that I have set for it. Jill, I'm so glad you like that song. So everybody, I want to thank everybody for being here, and thank you for dealing with the long list of the birthday shout outs. But I just want people to know I'm so lucky to have all these people in my life that I actually look up to and value what they bring to the world. So I want you guys to know that you just believe in yourselves. You know, you don't need anyone's permission to do what you love. So just, really, like, live your life and do what you love. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So I hope you guys have a great night. And for those of you who are watching for the first time ever, I'm here every Monday night for the most part at 9 o'clock. I've been toying with the idea of possibly changing it to 8:30. It was at 8 o'clock and now it's at 9, and I'm wondering if I should change it to 8:30. I'm wondering if that... I don't have to really worry about competing with, shows of I don't have to worry about prime time television anymore. So, but I believe in you guys. If you guys have any goals, I do hold people accountable. I send emails, say, hey, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you try to schedule some time for yourself to do this thing you've been meaning to do? So I do hold people accountable. Other people who watch this show can attest to that. So, Rich, I'm going to have you wave goodbye. Oh, wait, not that one. Here, wait. No, not that one. There you are. Bye. Wait. Mwah, mwah. All right. All right. Thank you, everybody. Amanda Duncan, Soft Pants Nation, signing off. I love you guys.